Morning, good morning, good morning. So excited to see everybody today. Good morning. How are you today? I need to get my notes. Here we go. I am so excited to see all of your shining faces. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Bridget. Hello, Larry. Hello, Susan. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. Hello, Ron. And Karen's here, and Maggie, and Heidi Woods. Good to see you, beautiful girl. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Sharon. So grateful that you guys are here. We have a really great program today. I'm so excited to have you guys here to be able to participate in this. As we're all coming in, I would like you to put in the chat what person in your life has been an influencer. Who influenced your life? Either they took a trajectory, it changed the trajectory of your life. I know for me, I had a very special piano teacher. I took piano lessons when I was younger, but then when I got older, I decided to take them again. And I got an incredible lady who just took a special interest in me. I was only 16 years old. And just her wisdom over, the next 5 years was so profound to me. She showed me a different way of life, and she showed me acceptance, and she showed me that, mistakes could be changed into beautiful music arrangements. It was incredible. So I'd like you to put in the chat who has been an influence to you. And I'd like somebody to come off mute and share a story about who has been an influence to them. Joan, can you come off mute and share with us who has been an influence to you?
I wrote that was my guidance counselor in high school, because I was in sports, and I said, I want to be the person that runs out on the field and helps the football player that hurt himself. And he said, oh, there's a therapy, called exercise science, or you could go into that. And it just opened up my whole world, and the universe just planted every single step in front of me. All I had to do was just keep walking through the door. And then I became an athletic therapist, and then an osteopath. And it just from his, that idea and the belief in me that I could do that, it just set the ball rolling.
I have chills. It's just so profound how one person can make a huge difference in your life. Thank you, Joan, for sharing. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Cornelia.
Yeah, for me, it is, besides, of course, Dr. Lindsay Rogers, who I met in 2016, it was definitely Debbie and Carlos Rosas. They are the founders and co-founders of the Nia Technique. And when I was still in pain in 1998, I took my very first Nia workshop with Carlos Rosas, and he recognized what was wrong with my body. And he guided me in a way that I actually had a spontaneous remission during that dance workshop. And in the following years, I was taking all the trainings with Debbie and Carlos, and they helped me to really get back into my body, which I had no connection to whatsoever. And they inspired me so much to actually become a body awareness teacher. And everything that I'm doing in my life nowadays, which is based on Soma, on the body, I actually owe it to them and the way they lived their own life. And even in their separation, how they, when they split up, how they handled that was an inspiration for me when I separated from my husband. So they had an influence of nearly every aspect of my life. So I'm so incredibly grateful for these two people and these two amazing teachers.
See, and look at how it has influenced the ancient secrets. The dance that you do during, the immersions when we have our special immersion time during the different programs. It's really influenced so many people already. So thank you, Cornelia. Sharon, I would love to hear from you. I saw what you put in the chat. Can you come on camera? Sharon Hinckley?
Yeah, oh, okay. I'm on my phone for the moment, so
Gotcha.
you'll just have to so many, but the first one would be my first grade teacher who realized that I was bored, not bad. So I ended up skipping first grade. So I don't know if that was such a good idea, but there was a woman named Jane Burnham who was just an absolutely fantastic award-winning artist. She anyway was a lovely person and did all these things. And I was doing the bookkeeping at a travel agency. Pardon me while I laugh at myself. The travel agency managed to stay in spite of the fact that I was doing bookkeeping. I do not have a gift with numbers. Anyway, she was leading a trip to Mexico, and that the travel agency was promoting, and so she came to give a demonstration of painting, and she made the absolutely worst painting. It didn't. Everything she did to make it better made it worse. So I thought, if anyone that good can make a painting that bad, there's room for me. So I quit my job at the travel agency and went back to school and took painting classes. So even when you mess up, it can be something positive,
Oh,
which
so true.
and years later, I had a friend who was a channeler. I'm about to say a bad word. Anyway, one time she was in deep meditation, so channeling all of these higher truths. And one thing that came out was, "Oh, beloved one, it is okay for thee to fuck up."
Sharon,
Anyway.
thank you. Thank you for your wisdom. When your share just reminded me of Sharon, Blakely, the girl who did Spanx. Somebody help me with her name. I want to say Cheryl, but that's not it. But she's the one that created Spanx, and her dad every day at the dinner table, he would say, "What mistake did you make today?" And if they didn't have a mistake, he would get upset because he understood that making mistakes was the training ground of greatness. So when you learn from the mistakes that you make. Yes. So thank you, Sharon, for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Susan, can you come on mute and tell us your story?
Well, I think that my greatest influencer in my life is this person sitting next to me, that I met him when I was 19 years old, and he's so different than I am. We really are quite opposite, and he just taught me things that I never knew, and has been just a great supporter and a great friend, and a co-creator, and we've had quite a journey together. And so he changed the trajectory of my life, and it's been quite a journey.
It's awesome. I'll tell you what, he's influenced mine as well. So, Joseph, thank you. Thank you, Susan. There was one more, Heidi Wood. Heidi, can you come off mute and share with us, and then we'll go on.
Sure. So in high school, like Sharon said, she's not a numbers person. I was not either. And I had a guidance counselor that told me, "You will never go to college because of your poor grades in math." It was just like he spoke that over me, and I believed it. And so I had an experience after high school where I nannied for a family in Anchorage, Alaska, and the little boy had Down syndrome. And I fell in love with this little boy. And I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to work with kids with special needs. And so I applied for college, and like, I'm getting emotional because I'm thinking about this little boy. When I applied for college, he was right. My guidance counselor was right. I didn't have the math grades to get in. So I went to community college for 2 years, got a 4.0, went back, reapplied to that 4-year school and got into their OT program. But I had all these math classes to take, and it was just like haunting me. How am I going to get through this? And I had a woman named Cheryl who, she believed in me from day one. She's like, you can do this. When was your last great experience with math? And I said, 8th grade. She goes, let's go back to 8th grade then. We'll start from there. And I spent every day with her. Every day I would go and do math with her. And that woman believed in me like nobody else before. And I got through the OT program, and now I work with kids. And it's just, we need more of those people that believe in us and tell us, you can do this, you can get through it. And it was such a gift.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing. I mean, the impact that you've made on people's lives is amazing as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Today we are joining together. Today is the 14th of January, 2024, and we come every Sunday to talk about the principles of this incredible book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, a Western Skeptic, an Eastern Master, and Life's Greatest Secrets. And we had, as a community, we've had the beautiful opportunity to be able to cross paths with Tia Becker. And Janet, are you there? She passed away on December 25th of this year, and we are honoring her today. As I've been preparing for this moment, I went back to her Facebook page. And the things that people said about her were, she's kind, she's powerful, she's strong, she's talented, she's a beautiful force. She has shining eyes and a warm smile, and she's funny. She has loving passion. Tia shaped my life, one person said. And another person said, Tia shaped or changed the trajectory of my life. In all of the things that I read yesterday, as I was going through her Facebook page, I saw things like, she believed in me. She saw something in me that I didn't know I had. Or she said, even though I had some bad habits, she started out right where I was, and we worked around it. It was absolutely beautiful to be able to to read so many incredible things about a beautiful person in Missouri. And she got to touch our lives just even a little bit. We have the beautiful luxury of having her son on the call today. And Charlie, are you there?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining. On Christmas Eve, we had it was such a beautiful gift that you've given all of us to record that last song with her and you singing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we have really appreciated it. We have really just embraced it. It has lifted so many of us in our community. I know that it's not fair that I've made everybody cry and then to ask you to sing. But I was wondering if you could sing one of the songs. I just want everybody to know, while Charlie's getting ready to sing one of the songs, or Charlie, is there something that you would like to share with us right away? Something on your mind?
Oh, it's kind of hard to put into words. No, I'm just trying not to cry.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Well, Charlie did a beautiful performance with his father and with many, many friends. They put I don't know what you call it, a memorial together for her last Sunday, and it was so beautiful to watch. And the one thing that touched my heart so deeply was how kind everyone was. And I just kept thinking, these are Tia's people, because Tia is so kind and so gentle. She's just a beautiful soul. And so, Charlie, while you're getting ready to play, I just want to let everybody know that Charlie, this is like he's new to Zoom, and so his instrument may not sync up really well, but I want you to listen to his heart, and his voice is beautiful. So, Charlie, it's all yours.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not only new to Zoom, but I'm fairly new to the Ancient Secrets group. I was in the Miracle experiment a couple years ago, and wow, what an amazing and life-changing experience that was, and I'm so grateful for it. And so I was intrigued, but I had so much going on, I didn't really dive into, the Ancient Secrets. Anyways, I am now. My mom was
Absolutely. You're
very
always a part.
inspired. Yeah, thank you. And I love Dr. Naram's teaching and his sweet voice, and it really, oh goodness, if Dr. Clinton hadn't sent me the link to Unstoppable today, I don't know if I would have had the gumption to, do this. My grief has been very unpredictable, and so I'm just happy I'm able to try.
Well, we
So
are grateful that you're here. We are so grateful that you have this beautiful gift of music that's carried on from your mom. So thank you. Thank you for sharing with us.
yeah, thank you. And a lot of the things I'm gonna play, which unfortunately you probably won't be able to hear the guitar part, which is kind of ironic since my mom was the one playing the guitar for me most of the time, because she was just so amazing at it. And so I'm not very good at these new songs, or they're not new, but they're new to me playing them. So maybe it's okay you can't hear the guitar part. This was one I really wanted to play with her, and we didn't get a chance. She tried, she couldn't remember it. The video of us playing Blackbird was actually about a week and a half before she passed. She wasn't able to talk for the last week or anything. I just shared that video. I don't remember what day. I guess it was Christmas Eve or something. But she did a wonderful job of playing Blackbird. So anyways, here's another Beatles song that we used to play. I'll do my best. Born a poor young country boy, Mother Nature's son. All day long I'm sitting singing songs for everyone. Sit beside a mountain stream, hear waters rise. Listen to the pretty sounds of music as she flies. Ooh. Find me in my field of grass, Mother Nature's son. All day long I'm sitting singing songs for everyone. I tried.
You did great.
Thank you. Uh,
Let's give Charlie a big blast of, whoops. Let's give Charlie a big blast of love. Thank you, Charlie. It was beautiful. Ah, so incredible. So Charlie, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us, what you're up to. I mean, I see what I've read on Facebook. You have just Charlie Becker is your.
I haven't used that in a while. Actually, I haven't been playing out this past year because so much has happened. Um, but actually, when I was doing the miracle experiment, I I had like 3 or 4 gigs every weekend, sometimes in the week, and I mean, I was really doing well in the music scene here, and I was able to travel a little bit, which was a goal of mine, and that was amazing. And I I finally found a core group of people that I really enjoy working with, and we focus on foraging, and it's like native herbalism to the Ozarks region, and so that's what I've been really uh, preoccupied with or fascinated with. Learning about mycology, mushrooms, and just oh, the cat wants out. um,
That's
just
beautiful.
yeah. So I've been
Beautiful.
kind of living in the woods. Yeah, buddy,
Well,
what do you
great.
want? Sorry, it's gonna
Well,
distract me if I don't take care of the cat.
you're so fine. What we can do is we can go ahead and we have a musical number from Tia. Actually, no, we have Tia had a dream. So Tia came, I don't know exactly how Tia got connected to the community, and if anybody knows, I would love for them to share. But she
I
came
think
into the community. Oh yeah, go ahead.
she was really interested in Ayurvedic medicine, and she'd always been fascinated by it. And she saw um, like a Ayurvedic yoga studio or something in town, and she just wanted to learn more about it. And I don't know how exactly she found it, but she ended up going with you know, learning through the ancient secrets and finding Avaja and everything like that. I don't know. That's all I can really share. I'll stop.
That is awesome. Well, she came in around November of 2021. So it's been a while since she's been in our community. And at the time, we had a miracle experiment game going on. And she shared with us that she had had a dream. And so, Cornelia, if you can cue up that video, it's about 11 minutes long. And it has Tia playing her music at the end of the video. So Cornelia, are you able to cue that up?
When we learn to love our lives more, when you learn to value the gift that is you. There's a phrase in here in chapter 2 where Dr. Ram says that really namaskar, when you go namaskar, namaste, to anyone, it says the divine in me honors and respects the divine in you, and I greet that place where you and I are one. The place where you and I are one. It was so beautiful last week having Tia share this beautiful miracle story about how she had a dream about a summit. And in the summit dream, Tia, I'm going to see if I can get the details right. She went to actually get some bananas. And in her dream, I appeared in the dream. I was like, no, don't eat those on your own. Come, bring the bananas. Share the bananas with all of us. And in this sharing in a community, everything that becomes that much more nourishing and delicious. And Tia, I don't know, did I get that? Tia, you can unmute yourself. Did I get the story right? And in this gathering, she didn't actually realize that we were planning and preparing for the Ancient Secrets Summit, which is coming up very soon in May of the upcoming year during Dr. Ram's birthday. Tia, did I get that story mostly correct?
You sure did.
Yeah.
We were all in just a big room, and I had my own nourishment under my own little bed. But as I went and I tore off one banana, Dr. Clint said, no, no, come into the dining hall and share with the nourishment of the group, everyone. And then this wonderful feeling of unity and the love just grew, and a sense of great comfort and acceptance and love. It was wonderful.
Yeah, speaking about some, really, isn't it amazing that we can dream? Isn't that an incredible thing? Like, to be a human and to have the capacity to dream, and that sometimes those dreams actually can connect us to things that are more real than our waking reality. And what a gift. I know in the process of the last year and a half, I've had so many people talk about Dr. Naram appearing to them in dreams and actually helping them work through stuff that healed them in a very deep way. And of all the things that we are as humans, what a cool thing to dream.
Absolutely. It's it helps shape the daytime. It's when you have those profound experiences and dream.
Yeah. So now, what if there's a quote that says, the most dangerous men are the dreamers of the daytime. And in a way, when Dr. Ram is asking you, when I ask you, any of the practitioners, as you're reading the book and the question comes, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want with your mind? What do you want with your body? What do you want with your emotions? What do you want with your relationships? What do you want with your finances? It allows you to activate that creativity, that imagination, the connection between conscious and superconscious, and subconscious and superconscious, and align all of those into a very powerful moment in which the divine in you has a chance to say, actually, maybe I have been living my life a certain way. Maybe I have been doing things thinking that's me, but what if there is more possibility? And especially my litmus test for anyone is, are you happy and are you healthy? If you're not happy and you're not healthy, then something's out of alignment. Everything else in your life can change. Every belief, every relationship, every job, whatever thing. But your birthright, yeah, we experience all of the emotions, but the core of it, you should be happy and you should be healthy. And so on this call, as we're listening to this music, I want you to really listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. If there's anything that's out of alignment, and also listen to all the ways in which you are happy and healthy. And we want to celebrate those things. Celebrate the things where you are happy and healthy. And if there's anything out of alignment, just giving yourself permission to let that thing go. And so this next music, we actually have Tia queued up, where she's actually plays music. Can you share a little bit about when you started playing and what brings you joy? What brings you joy about playing music?
Oh, yeah, I started playing when I was about 13 or 14 years old, and uh, golly, what joy, the joy of being able to play music has been a constant through my life. Even at the hardest times of my life, I was very grateful to have this guitar, and just the bringing together that music does for all of us.
Well, I'm so happy that all of us get to enjoy this with you. So everyone, listen closely with your ears and listen with your heart. And if necessary, to even listen deeper, you can close your eyes, feel your heartbeat, feel your breath, and discover what wants to be seen in you in this moment.
Yeah, so I'll be playing three little pieces kind of as a medley. I just like the way they flow together, and they come from composers. I didn't compose these pieces. I just love to interpret them and have them come through my fingers to all of our hearts.
Oh, I don't know what happened. Cornelia, for some reason the video stopped, but that's okay. Tia was a very accomplished guitar player. I don't know how to stop the screen share. Anyway, Cornelia, I don't know what's happening with the screen, but that's okay. Tia was a very trained classical guitarist, and she supported and trained other people. She was a teacher for many, many years. When she was in high school, she was involved in a band called the Red Hots. And you know, they seem to go everywhere. She's got some beautiful photographs of her and the Red Hots traveling around, and lots of videos of her playing music, supporting the community around. And that's why so many people were influenced by her. She never changed them. I mean, she accepted them for who they were, where they were, with kindness and love, and then just figured out how to work to get to their goals, to what do they want. And it reminded me so much of Dr. Naram, because that's what Dr. Naram did, is when the patients would come, he would never tell them that what they're doing is wrong, or that their belief system was not right, or he would always see where they were, see what they desired, and then worked with them to get to their goal. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to see such a great skill in Tia. So that story about Tia with the summit, she had that vision of the summit, and she didn't know that we were having a summit. Does anybody remember the online summit? Yeah, Susan and Joseph. What was it that you remember about it the most? Susan and Joseph were in charge of it, so I'm sure they remembered a lot of the back end stuff. Oh, you're muted. There we go.
Hello? Yeah. So remember most. Well, it was a bit of a outcoming. What's that called?
Coming out.
Coming out. Yeah, there you go. A bit of a coming out for us, which was fun. So I remember that. What I remember was a wonderful gathering of amazing people. I remember people shining in their artwork that they shared, and I remember just the community really felt like it gelled in a different way than it had before that, and breakouts and people talking and sharing and recipes and cooking and it was just all the different aspects of what we have come to know and love about Ancient Secrets and what it offers. And it was just jam-packed.
It really was jam-packed, so much so that we would go overtime and we were trying to fit everybody in.
Pardon the expression, but there was a lot of meat in it. There was really something for everyone, and all the spectrum of what was available, and it just felt good. I think there was it was at a time we were all still reeling with the pandemic, and it offered an opportunity for people to gather over an extended period of time. It was 2 full days of get together and offerings and sharings, and
it was all on Zoom. It was all on Zoom. So
all
do you remember some? I remember Romarishi, and I remember Vimala. Who are some of the other ones that
we had
Ronnie.
yoga.
Oh,
We had a yoga teacher. We had
and all the mung bean soup recipes. I think Julie Graben did the mung bean soup. If anything, it was so jam-packed that then I saved it all with that thought that I would go back and catch those ones that I couldn't catch. I mean, it was 2 days, 24/7. Amazing.
It was really, it was beautiful. And Janet did an incredible, beautiful meditation. It just touched my heart. And I think Luke shared some of his artwork. He had artwork that he shared, and I think Sarabjit shared artwork.
And Anna did. Remember, Anna did that
the
shamanic
chant invocation.
Chanting.
And
We had. It was a lot of fun.
Covered a lot of territory.
We did, and it was
Lauren.
Yeah,
Lauren?
go ahead, Belle.
Well, I was going to say, like you mentioned, Joseph, is that, we were kind of on Zoom and sort of locked in. So, it was a different than on Zoom now where we're not locked in. And so it really brought aspects and gifts of the community forward in a way in that, and like I said, it was like hour by hour. It was like, how do you actually be on Zoom 24/7 for a couple of days to catch it all?
Well, it wasn't 24/7. I think we were about a
I know,
7-hour period.
Just like this, meeting people and their gifts, whatever they be. And I remember Roma Rishi, I just saw you, Roma Rishi and Tara, and just his was very special, sharing, his story, and I look forward to having you do that again. That was 3 years ago. But anyway, and then I think just also cameoing Dr. Naram's birthday. I mean, that's what it was pivoting around, and it gave us all an opportunity to and didn't Dr. Smita and Krishna, I mean, didn't they come and speak in that couple of days? Do you recall that? That seemed like they were tied in, but anyway, it was
they probably did come on the Sunday call after. And that's probably what you're remembering. But during the event, I think that it was the talent and the offerings of the people of the Ancient Secrets community, which was incredible. We're very talented, gifted, artistic people in this community.
Absolutely.
A shout out to Jerem's voice and Joe's voice, because they were both so grounding. They kind of emceed the whole thing. And it was just vibrationally, it was just so grounding and beautiful. It carrier wave through the whole thing. So I remember that a lot.
Well, from that, I mean, Andrea Tucker, Andrea for Humanity, is the one who really orchestrated that. She did such an amazing job putting it all together. And Vinod, did you have something you would like to share? Vinod, would you like to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it possible to just screen sharing? Is it possible? Can I share my screen? Because on the screen, Tia and me shared the music.
You shared the music?
At the same day, Tia shared the music on 26th. I remember that.
Okay. Are you sharing some music now?
Not right now. That same music which we shared on 26th December in 2022.
Yeah, so the video you just played, Jaina, yeah, right after Tia shared, then you remember Jody and Kira and their family shared, and then we had Neda share from Netherlands, and then Vinod shared on that same call. If you haven't seen that call, from Christmas, 26th of December, 2 years ago, such a powerful experience. And Vinod, your sharing on that call was so poignant too. In fact, I'll ask that we get a link to that in the chat, because it was I just started watching Tia and then I couldn't stop watching. And then I started thinking about not only the summits, but how many Sunday calls and how much inspiration, how much talent has been shared. So thank you, Vinod. We'll try and find a way. If you can send that picture to Cornelia, perhaps we can share it on today's call too. Jana, can I just share one thing real quick?
Please. Yes. Hello.
So beautiful. Yeah, so much emotion. Actually, real quick, I know that as Tia was playing, I saw Devananda that you had a special experience during that. And I don't know if you could just come on and share what was your experience as you were listening to that music from Tia.
Hi. Yes, I wanted to share. I was thinking, should I share or not? But then quick came to my mind the banana story, right? Share, come in the room and share. So when T start playing, you start playing this video. I love this kind of music and instrumental music. So it relaxes really easy. And I went quickly into a meditative state, right? So in between that sleep and awakening, you're listening. So I quickly, it was just like literally a fraction of a second, but was very deep and realistic. So I saw some images that I don't know how to describe. It's just images, but it came very clear about death. That death is, how can I describe this? That death equalizing with life, like the perception that I had about death before, or the weight. There is really none of that. That death is equals life. There's not, it's not mysterious as my human mind think, because it's just part of the experience. It is I mean, this came to me so like spontaneous. It came as an information. Like, it's hard to put in words, right? But came as experience and information that, you know, there's just no reason to fear death or anything like that. I mean, I connect to the video, the music, and easily that came in. But it was very real. And that changed my perception about death even more. So.
Thank you so much, Devananda. You know, in this is book 1 in the series. In book 2, I share a really powerful story with Dr. Naram and his master. And when his master was ready to pass, and Dr. Naram was all upset, you know, he had called him for this last special meeting, and he's like, no, now I just wanted to make sure you had everything, you know, now it's my time to go. And Dr. Naram was really sad, upset, like distraught, because this was his teacher and he felt so connected with him. He didn't want to see him leave. He's like, you're gonna die? And his teacher said, no, I'm not gonna die. No. He's like, well, what do you mean you're leaving? I'm gonna leave my body. That means you're gonna die. No, I'm not gonna die. I'm leaving my body. You know, in fact, Roma Rishi just invited me to India, where there's another great master. There's a certain process where certain people who have achieved a certain level of consciousness, they can actually choose when they leave their body, and it's a thing known in India. And Roma Rishi, if you're interested, you can contact him about that. He's going to guide a really beautiful tour group if people are interested in going to experience mystical India. When I was in India with Dr. Naram, the last weeks he was alive, actually Jack Canfield was with me, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, and he was about to go for a Nadi leaf reading. Raise your hand if you heard of Nadi leaf readings before. Again, these are some stuff we don't normally talk about. My girlfriend Poonam, she speaks Gujarati, and she can connect you through Zoom. You put your thumbprint. Without you saying anything, they find out your name, names of your family members, everyone, and then they find your leaf that was written by this sage a long time ago that actually has so many things about your life. Now, for a lot in the Western world, it's a strange thing. Jack Canfield was excited because he's like, oh, I want to find out when I'm going to die, so I know how much time I have to do everything that I want to do. And Dr. Ram corrected him in that moment. He said, no, don't say when you're going to die. say, when are you going to leave this body? Like he would always be correcting this perception, even with his master, when he was with his master in those last moments, his master's like, no, it's like you have a t-shirt and your t-shirt gets holes in it. You switch the t-shirt. You don't keep the old t-shirt. You don't feel sad about the t-shirt, but you just change it. And then when his master went into the cave and Dr. Ram, he's like, do this meditation. When Dr. Ram went in and his master had left his body, it's like a holy moment, actually. And yeah, thank you, Devananda, for bringing that in. And also in the space of that music, you were very much in the subliminal space between conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. And Tia talked about dreams. I mean, how perfect, Jaina.
Yes.
Jaina, you've been guiding this call so beautifully.
Yes.
And that Tia talked about the dream space. Even when Dr. Ram says, what do you want? It's trying to activate more of that, the knowing that's beyond the knowing, the doing, and the being that's beyond the knowing. What do you want? And how beautiful, again, Devananda, you talk about the power of community, that Tia, even though she's not physically in the body, left us with the gift of the music that can activate that awareness and awakening in you that will change your life forever. She shared her banana with you just right now, And so having the space where not only the online summit that Joseph and Susan talked so beautifully about, Belle talked so beautifully about, but then the one we did live in Sedona, the one coming up. First of all, I want to spotlight Charlie, Charlie, I love you so much. Without ever having met you, your singing of Blackbird and that message, on Christmas Eve, to receive that, and then to see that 2 years previously, on December 26th, she had played that song you just heard, in so many ways. She's sharing bananas with everybody, nourishment, soul nourishment. What was that like for you to watch that video of your mom playing just now?
Oh, goodness. It was like coming home, I mean, I'm in her house right now. It was, yeah. Oh, it's hard to put into words. I mean, I definitely felt a release, and I should be doing a marma to let go. I just, we used to talk about our dreams every day. I'd call her every day, and we would just talk for at least an hour, maybe two. And we would always talk about our dreams, and I never heard that one. Or maybe she told me and I had just forgotten. But to hear her talk about a dream again is so beautiful. I'm going to go back to that video quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
When you sung these words, a blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. It's so beautiful. And I think in this Ancient Secrets community, we have such a gift of people being guided by love. The opening quote, I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you. And love guided Tia. Love's guiding you. And I love that you've made this, when I reached out to Charlie last week, he's like, I love being part of the Miracle Experiment game. My mom would make me remedies, but now I need to learn how to make them on my own. All the Ancient Secrets remedies. And so you're part of the Ancient Secrets 101, but as a special gift, I think Jaina will get to it at a certain point, but we're announcing the upcoming Ancient Secrets gathering, the Rejuvenation Celebration in 2024 will happen June 4th to 6th in Ashland, Oregon, very near another mystical place, Mount Shasta, which a lot of people have talked about. And as a gift on behalf of Ancient Secrets Foundation, Charlie, I want you to be the first person we're going to gift a ticket to this event. We want you to come and play your music. We want you to come and give your nourishment. And in that space, we want to embrace, again, the feeling of this dream of your mom in such an amazing, powerful soul to see the importance of this. And now it will pay it forward to you. So love you, Charlie, so much for being here. I think we'll be singing more. I know Jane will be talking more about Tia coming to Sedona and all those things, but I just wanted to pop on for a second just to say that I love you. I'm with you. We could all put our hands together just for a moment. I know we'll probably do it again. But it's to you. Gratitude for you. Your soul. We love you. I love you. And I'm with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow.
All right, Dana, turning it back over to you, but Charlie's so grateful that you're here.
Me too. Me too. Thank you. I'm having a hard time talking today, but I'm really in my heart and I'm so grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful. Thank you.
I am so glad that that happened. Thank you, Dr. Clint. When Tia joined our community, we were in the middle of a miracle experiment experience, and she did talk about her dreams and the small groups. She talked about, she had several dreams, and she dreamed often. Like you said, Charlie, you guys would talk about your dreams. It was really something that she was kind of gifted at. She had said, everybody was sharing their miracles, and she said, my miracles are really small. And she said, one of the miracles that happened was my son Charlie, and she was so proud of you. She was so excited that you guys had just started to sing together at that time. And you had walked into the living room, and the sun was shining on the glass table in just a way that it reflected a rainbow on her face. And she just felt that that was like a divine moment, and it just was a little miracle. And she said, my miracles are just really little. And I just had to remind her, in the Course of Miracles, I believe it's the Course of Miracles, says that a miracle is a miracle. It doesn't matter how big or small, it's still a miracle. And then she reminded me of the saying from Albert Einstein of, you can look at life two ways, as if nothing is a miracle or as if everything is a miracle. And I think your mom, I think she was such an influencer of many people. She touched so many people's lives. In so many of the things that I read that they said that she was a sunshine, that she was light, and she was definitely a rainbow in people's lives. So thank you. We had a
Sorry.
Definitely was. No, do you speak at any time?
Yeah, I think she was just, she was a music teacher, but everyone saw her so much more than that. And she really did embody I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you and let love teach you. And she said that a lot. And at first I didn't understand. And now it's like encompassing me and just this joy. I just am so in love with it. And, her, and I just feel her right now really strongly, and I'm really, really appreciative. Anywho.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Dr. Clint came on the call and shared what he did, because I was going to read it in the book. So he just shared it in person. So we're good. Whereas, even though there's a sorrow, we have a sorrow for people leaving. It really is, they haven't died. They've just, in the book, it talks about Krishna supporting Dr. Clint in the time of his grieving, Dr. Naram. And he just said, he's just transitioned. He's just taken off his shirt. He's just changed shirts is all. Just changed from one body to another. So with that, we've also had a second, my goodness, I'm having a hard time too, Charlie is talking. We had the Sedona event where we had the gathering, the Unstoppable Heart celebration of love in Sedona. And there were a couple of people that were, they were connecting with rides to get to the event, and some things happened. Jana, would you like to come on and share that story?
Yes, I would love to. I'm so honored to be here, and for Jana, for you to ask me to share this story. I connected with Tia the first day when we got to Sedona, or actually we got to Phoenix at the airport. Cornelia and I and Andrea were meeting there, and we were catching a ride with Cornelia. She had rented a car. And when Andrea got there, she started talking about Tia. And I had some interactions with her, but they weren't, we just kept coming and going. We just never really had that bonding moment, right? So Andrea was adamant about the fact that she should come with us in the car. And so, she made it happen. And all of a sudden we were picking Tia up at her hotel, and she was in the back of the car, and we just had such a wonderful time. And then on our way to Sedona, the car that we were renting hit a nail. The tire hit a nail. So we had a flat tire, and we ended up having to go off the road and get off at the next exit, which was just a gas station and maybe like just a couple of businesses, right? So we sat in the parking lot trying to organize, trying to figure out how we were going to get this all fixed. So we at one this is one really funny story. We all impersonated Cornelia at one point because we were taking turns talking to the people of different companies, the rental car company and the insurance company. And, we were trying to call our own tow truck and just things, some people like that. And we kept impersonating her because she was the one that had the name in the contract. So by the end of the trip, we were all Cornelias. And so we kind of came up with that little story of, the four Cornelias. But there was a point that just clicked for me, that I just realized that Tia was one of those people that if I had in my life consistently, like in person, I wouldn't want to leave. I would want to just be there with her because I just felt such a wonderful, calming, light, love, heart-centered presence from her. So it was just really, really, I knew right away. I was like, oh my goodness, Tia, you are one of these people that I am destined to meet in this life. And after Sedona, and we just had a wonderful time in Sedona. The rest of the story is just us getting there and everything. But the biggest thing was us connecting, and all four of us bonded in that car, just sweating. It was so hot. We had the air conditioner cranked. We all had sweaty legs from our shorts and just being close to each other. And we just bonded, and it was such a wonderful experience that I will treasure forever. It was honestly my favorite memory. And stranded in a parking lot in god awful temperatures. But it was the people that I connected with. I loved Andrea and Cornelia already, and I was so excited to be with them. And then Tia, oh my goodness, she just brought in this ray of sunshine right into our car that I don't know, I probably would have been happy there all week.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I don't know if you guys were able to see the picture of them at the gas station. No, my Zoom. I don't know, Cornelia, if you can share that picture.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I was going to say, I think
Yeah, I just want to kind of add, because it was really Andrea. Tia was actually in a hotel, and she had arranged with somebody else that this person would pick her up like in the evening time, and then they would drive to Sedona. And Andrea was saying, why don't we take her? It's now early in the morning, so she can get a ride with us, and then we are arriving all together. And this is how it came that she actually ended up in our car, not having an idea that she had to kind of suffer through the 4 hours of heat in this car when we were actually stranded. But as Janet was saying, it was an incredible experience of bonding. And she was so protective of her guitar. The car was full with 4 people, and all the luggage that we had, that she actually had for the whole time, she had the guitar on her lap. And so that was definitely something that she cherished and she just didn't want anything to happen to that guitar. And when we were there, as Janet was saying, there was just this light coming out of her, and this was my experience as well. She was just such a light being. To be in her presence was just a gift for all of us, being in together, and we all bonded, as you were saying. And yeah, this is one of the moments for Sedona that I also will never ever forget, because it was just so special. And in retrospect, I was actually thinking it was really meant for us to be stranded, because otherwise we would have never gotten so close. So sometimes in situations where things don't work out the way you want them, and you have things like that where you have to wait somewhere that you didn't expect, what is the gift in that? And I was so often thinking what the gift was for all of us of this mishap on me driving over a nail and then the car breaking down. And but it was such a gift. And that again, when we talk also in terms of the ancient secrets, that was a typical Aditi Devo Bhava. But what is the benefit of such a situation? And that is always standing out to me. So I'm Tia, yeah, that was just very special to meet her in this way, because as Jen was saying, we didn't really have contact before in that way, as you might have, Jana, with you being her mentor in the MEE. So yeah, that was a memory that I will cherish forever.
Thank you, Cornelia. Thank you. If you'll share the picture of you guys at the gas station and maybe of her.
Also talking that I forgot actually to let me go there. I have it because I downloaded it to my in a folder, so I should be able to share it any second.
Okay, great. Yeah, my computer froze, so.
Before I was kicked out of Zoom, so that's why suddenly everything stopped. Zoom crashed. Zoom never crashed on my computer.
Aditi Devo Bhava.
Yeah, exactly.
So what Cornelia is going to, yes, go ahead, Janet.
I was just going to say, I went to the house that Janet was staying at. So we were, going to be on the receiving end, and we thought we would just have these 4 bedraggled women who had been caught out in horrible heat for several hours, and instead, I mean, there was this lightness of being with these 4 women. Like, I just get the experience of Tia's angelic presence. Even then, she was, her energy, and it was just amazing. No, they weren't in duress, they were in bliss when they arrived.
If you'll show the other picture of her with her shining eyes, and then we'll play the video of her playing at the talent show. Belle, thank you so much for sharing that. It was an incredible, being in person and meeting everybody. That we had been on Zoom for 2 years and most of us had never met each other. And it was such a wonderful experience. And we're excited that this another opportunity in Ashland is coming up, and we hope that you will all join us. So.
Which of the photos did you mean to?
That's okay. Let's just go ahead and play her video of her playing. I have a lot of videos. I gave Cornelia a ton of videos of.
Yeah. Now I just have to find my videos again. Okay, I'm nearly there.
So she's going to play a song at the Sedona event. We had a talent show that was really incredible. It was amazing to be able to see the personalities of each person come up on stage and be able to share their gift that they have inside of them with all of us. So there we go.
This song is called Lagrima, written by Francisco Tarrega. And does anyone know what that that word means? Tears. Tears. Been a lot of
You're muted, Jana.
Thank you. So I want to ask you, who has influenced your life? Who has touched your life in a way that it has changed the trajectory of your life or helped you make a decision? You know, I know for me and many of us, you know, it's the ancient secrets. Dr. Clint G. Rogers and Dr. Naram have made a huge difference in my life as well. Also, I want to ask you, who have you influenced? Who have you touched and been that special person in their life where their life was changed because of you? Cornelia, will you read that part in the book on page 282?
Yes. This book is not actually about Dr. Naram and never has been. And it's not about me either. You may never meet either of us or follow this method of healing. This book is about you and always has been. It's about you seeing the divine inside yourself, which can guide you to the exact experiences, teachers, and healing which are perfect for you. My hope is that as a result of joining the journey of reading this book, you will feel more love, an increased desire to take better care of yourself, and more awe at the miracle of all of life. You truly are a beautiful, unique, and brilliant part of the divine tapestry of existence. All of life is happening for you, not to you. And you are being guided. As evidence of this reality, you are reading these words right now. You may even have had guided inspiration while reading this book about some actions you should take, and I'd encourage you to do these things. Or perhaps a thought came of someone you would like to share this book with. You never know who needs that gift of love right now.
Mm. Thank you so much. I love that part of the book. Charlie, would you be willing to share another song with us?
Sure. Sorry, I was just crying. Yeah. Yeah. This is a song I wrote, and it was the last song I played for her. Or actually, it was the last song she asked me to play for her. I think I played a couple other ones after that, but I wrote this song on a bluff over a river, watching some bald eagles fly by, and I was just, happy with everything going on in my life. I don't know. I'm not very good at talking today. Can you hear that at all? Yeah? You can hear it a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear it a little bit. Yeah, we'd just love to hear you.
Charlie, excuse me. Do you know how to go to the settings on Zoom?
Well, he's on his phone. We tried
Oh,
that
you're
in
on
the
your
sound check.
phone.
Yeah,
Oh, you already tried that. Never mind.
we did.
I know.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I wish. I promise in the future I'll figure it out.
Yay, he's coming back. I hope that he will be here in the future.
Okay, then I'm gonna save this song for when my guitar works, because I really like the guitar part on this song. I'm gonna do a different one. Okay. Back to the Beatles. I don't know. I didn't write this. Words are flowing out like endless rain into our paper cups. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my opened mind, possessing and caressing me. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Images of broken light, which stands before me like a million eyes. They call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Sounds of laughter, shades of light are ringing through my opened ears, enticing and inviting me. Limitless, undying love, which shines around me like a million suns. It calls me on and on across the universe. Jai Guru Deva. Oh, nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva.
So beautiful. Thank you. Let's go ahead and give Charlie another blast of love. Rub your hands together and just send him a blast of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's beautiful, Charlie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Again, I just really want to encourage us to embrace the mistakes that we make, or the things, the Devo Bawas that come along, you know, because they build a foundation for us to learn. And as we embrace them as if it's the divine themselves itself, it helps us move forward. So wonderful. So do you want to get set up for the breakout rooms?
Jana?
Sure, just really quickly, we're going to go into the breakout rooms.
Yeah, thanks. That was really beautiful, Charlie. It was just so beautiful. Your voice was just so much your own. And I think, you know, you were just talking about Tithi, you know, like embracing the things. And I mean, I think the thing that I have loved about the community is the way people are accepted for who they are. And what I have hard time understanding sometimes within myself is my own difficulty with taking things in and like being able to eat, like, for example, right now, and the fear. And I don't really understand that. I don't understand sometimes like how to take in the good that people give. I don't quite understand that. I don't quite understand how one day I can be so up and today be in just such an incredibly difficult place. The thing that you were saying, who influenced us? I mean, so many people in this community, Dr. Clint, yourself, I mean, more people than I could name. And, you know, Brother Blue, who went around telling stories everywhere. And, you know, it was a small thing yesterday. There was a woman in a car and I had a little money come in and she said, "Oh, could you help me?" And at first I was like, and I thought, no, go help her. And she wanted something, you know, like a vitamin water to drink. And I started talking to her and she said, "Nobody in my family will help me." She was an older woman. And we just talked and I just showed her a lot of love. And she was like, "Well, do you want me to take this out of my check and I'll send it back to you?" I mean, it was like $4. So I was like, no, but there was something so profound about like this encounter with a stranger. So I don't know. That's how do we take in? Well, I don't know how to deal with this piece of myself, but I would like to be able to take it and I don't know, do something good with it. I think when I see some of the things happening in the world, it's hard to come to terms with them. Like, because we're for so much for love, and when other things are happening, it's hard to know how to hold that. And
Shipper,
I don't know.
that's
I want to be open to love.
See,
I want to be open to that. I want to be open to that, and I don't always know how to be. And I don't know if anyone else knows that. Thank you.
I think the majority of us go through that in our lives where we don't know how to take in the, you know, how we take in the good or how we receive. I know for me, that's been something that I've had to learn and I'm learning it constantly. And, you know, I truly believe that Shifra, you are a beautiful being. And I believe that you will find it. So thank you for the goodness. I think that service is really a way to be able to help us receive. And that's what the one thing that I love about this community. And actually that's what Tia was all about, was about service. So Thank you for your words, Shipra. Is there anybody else that would like to say something before we go into the breakout rooms?
I'd like to say something real quick.
Yes.
Just Shifra. Shifra, I see you. I see that sometimes our mind wants to understand everything, but you're already doing it. There is nothing to worry about that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to as well
Yes,
speak to
Linda.
Shifra.
So good
I
to
don't know
see
if you can hear me clearly, but
Yes, we
Shifra,
can.
I wanted to say thank you to you for sharing with us. I think it's really beautiful that you are sensing everything you're feeling. And this is the time I would say to be feeling all of this, the beauty and the discomfort. And as you were speaking, I just recalled a Sufi ballet teacher I had met a couple of years back, and she shared an exercise with me of sensing into your body and feeling where you're feeling the beauty and also feeling where you're feeling the discomfort, and if possible stay with both, keep both. And she said something really beautiful, that this is the way of the Sufi, the way of the seeker, that you're not judging what's coming to you, whether it's discomfort or whether it's joy. And the more you feel the joy, and the more you also feel the discomfort and what's making you feel not good, um, you will feel incredibly more joyful. It's a strange paradox, but the more you sense into what is making you uncomfortable, you will also be able to feel deeper joy. And that's been my experience as well. And I don't know if this helps you, but I just wanted to speak to you. And I want to say thank you because you reminded me of that teaching. And I think it's beautiful to be reminded of that at this time, because we're all, I think the whole world is going through this in some way, so you're not alone. We're all in it together. So thank you and much love to you and to everyone here. So
Linda, it is so
beautiful,
good.
yeah.
Thank you for your words of wisdom. We always love hearing from you. It's so good. We haven't heard from you in a while, so thank you for joining.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Dana. Thank you.
Luke, did you have something you would like to share?
Very quickly, yes, thank you. Though two people in my life have influenced me and put me on a trajectory very much. My first one was my teacher, Rama, who I was with from 1982 to 1996. Also, Roma Rishi and Tara were students of his. And he put me on a trajectory of doing things through my life up till now that I would have never done. But I must say, and this is what I really want to focus on here, Dr. Clint has put me on a trajectory now, and he's literally become my role model. I love this man so much as a brother, and I've had a lot of interactions with him. We always call each other brother. But men in this world do not allow themselves to show their emotions. They do not allow themselves to express themselves from their heart. And he is the epitome of that. And he's become my role model for kindness and caring and true authentic love. So Dr. Clint is just one of the major influences in my entire life. I just wanted to mention that.
That's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Lynn, did you have something else you wanted to share? Lynn, did you have your
No,
hand
I'm
raised?
sorry. I need that was an accident. I need to change that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We love hearing from you. Nehemiah.
Okay. I wasn't going to share because I'm in the process of learning to listen more than to blah blah. But the the question that you ask, who influenced you most in your life, told me I must share because somebody did so much for me that I have to say it. When I met this man, after 2 years of ignoring him, even not wanting to know his name because he was a guru, you know. When I met him, and his name was Baba Muktananda Paramahansa, if I didn't meet him, I would be today either under the ground or in the walls of mental hospital. And instead, I'm sharing with people. And the person that I influenced, I don't want to keep count because then I'll be, you know, but in my ego. But one recent, when I shared with all of you about my brother, there was one person that thought that I'm a guru because this lady heard the voice of a guru in my mouth. And this woman came to me and said, "Be my guru." I said, "No, I'm just a work in process, but you have a good intuition. I am a channel for a guru, and you felt it." And she became my sister, my closest sister these days, my partner, my client, my teacher, everything. Not everything, everything is good. But really, and her name is Stephanie Belanti, and you have met her, and we teach together today, the yoga of the heart these days. And it's a gift that came back to me like I influence the person, and I don't know we influence each other more now. And this community in Dr. Naram is another story, bigger than that to tell now, but that's influenced me a lot, and I hope that I give back something that is part of it, you know. So thank you.
Yeah,
I
Nehemiah,
spoke enough.
thank you for reminding us that we have more than one person that influences. You know, we all influence. We have many influencers, and we influence all the time. Nick, I see your hand raised. Hello.
How do I muted? Yeah. I wanted to say I came on for the first meeting, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I saw the video of Charlie and his mom Tia playing the Blackbird song. And I wasn't going to show this, but this was a New Year's card I made for my little girl. I don't know if you can see that. It's a blackbird, right? And then I wrote the words down. I stole the line from Dr. Naram, but I wrote, "Blackbirds sing in the dead of night. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise." And I came here to love you, not to teach you. Love, Daddy. My little girl's 8, and little girls today, they always want to fit in. They always want to be loved. They always often feel they don't belong if you're too hard on them. And so that cool video of Charlie and his mom playing actually inspired that. So I just want to say that was cool. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nick. It's so good to see you here. This is the second time you've been here.
Yeah.
And now you know Clint through Viber Vision that you know him?
No, just I got the book a few years ago. I did the mung bean soup. I still do that regularly. I make my own ghee. And then one day the email said, it was a line in the email that I liked about powerful questions. That's the only reason I logged on. And I thought I'd just check it out today too. So that's
Well, thank you for joining. We hope that you'll continue to join and contribute. Yeah, thank you for your contribution today. It's beautiful. Yes. Great. And another hand is up, and I'm so sorry, I can't read the name. Is it Ken? Ken? Oops, I just put the hand down.
It is Ken. This is my first Sunday call, so I just feel so blessed. I got on late, and I apologize for that. Other things in life, as they are, pulling on things, and just a couple things. This is, how I read books. They're just painted yellow and tagged with tags, and I go over it like it's the Zapruder film, and so I pay a lot of attention to it. And I'm going to be going to Nepal. I feel so blessed to have been chosen, and I'm just only now. This showed up yesterday. My very first mung beans and the Ancient Secrets cookbook, and so now I'm going to be going down that pathway, and I just feel so blessed to have more influencers in my life. And as you asked, who has most influenced your life? So many people. And who have you influenced? I'm an author and a lecturer, mostly in the police, military, and first responder community. And somebody told me one time, every now and then I'll get a letter from a person that got trained by a person that got trained by me. And I keep remembering this one thing that somebody told me. People that you influence may be your rocks, but more important is the ripples. And a lot of people look at rocks in the water and go, that's what I did. I splashed that rock. But it's the ripples that really, really matter, is that it just goes out for more and more and more and more and more. And so I just feel so blessed to know that I've created many, many ripples that create many, many more. And so you never know who you're going to have as a rock, but just remember that there will be so many ripples. And I feel blessed by that. I thought I'd share.
I'm so glad you did, Ken. Thank you so much. And we're so glad that you're going to Nepal. And thank you for joining the first time. I hope that you will join and contribute even more. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Wonderful call today, Jana. Thank you so much for guiding this call.
Thank you. Cornelia, are we ready with the breakout rooms?
Yes, we are. Yeah, all set up.
Thank you. Great. Before we go, let's go ahead and unmute and do our traditional I love you and I'm with you. So unmute yourself and say I love you and I'm
I
with
love
you.
you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you. I love you and I'm with you. I love you
I
and I'm
love you
with
and
you.
I'm
I
with
love
you.
you
And
and I'm
able
with
somebody
you. I
say,
love
I
you and
love
I'm
you and I'm
with you.
with
I
you.
love you and I'm with you. I love
you.
you.
I'm with you,
Love you and I'm
Charlie.
with you. Love you and
Love
I'm
you
with
and I'm
you.
with
Love
you.
you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm
Love you
with
and I'm
you.
with you. I love you and I'm with you. I love you and
You and I am
I'm with
with you.
you.
Please pardon my hair.
Yeah.
I love you.
Jana, can you? Yeah, did it.
Thank you, Cornelia. So